I've been playing World of Warcraft a very long time, and during all that time, I've never once read any quest text. That's why today I'm doing a challenge where I'm locked in a zone. Sorry, it's gonna have to be one of those types of videos, where I'm locked in a zone and I can't leave until I answer a comprehensive test on the zone's lore. So I'll be focusing on quest text, key NPC details, and if I don't pass, with a score of 75% or higher, that's purple in parsing terms, I must delete my character and start from the beginning and donate 3 months worth of WoW tokens to the American government through PayPal to pay down the national debt, effectively destroying my hard-earned money. But if I do pass the test, I have the privilege of advancing to the next zone. This is Tomebound. To start off, I have to decide which race I'm going to be. Now, the Horde may have interesting, deep quest lore around, why they have to kill 4 boars in Durotar, but I'm going to go with the most basic thing imaginable in the World of Warcraft, and that is a human mage. Because I want people to perceive me as smart, but I'm not really smart, so I'll name myself Uneducated. I'm surprised that wasn't taken already. Okay, I'm not joking. Now that's a character. This is my new main. This man right here, he's gonna have a house next expansion.
Emboldened by the return of their heroic,
I don't think I've ever watched an intro either. This one is very outdated. It's talking about King Varian. He's been dead for 10 years. I don't know much about lore, but like the big stuff I kind of do. I don't think any of this is gonna be on the test.
The campaign in Northrend proved costly.
Okay, so let's begin. Marshall McBride, he's the first guy that gives a quest, first quest giving NPC. He's talking about orcs are attacking, and you have to kill wargs, which was easy enough, and now I have to kill spies, and then I already messed up because I accidentally skipped through the quest completion dialogue. The next quest NPC is Sergeant Willem. He's spouting racist nonsense. Goblins love only gold and themselves. Okay, Brother Paxson, so the Light, which is the religion of the majority of the humans, the human race in World of Warcraft, is a big thing here, which is to be expected. We are at an Abbey, after all. Just healing wounded soldiers here, and can I just say something? Playing without the UI on is pretty nice, and this is retail, by the way. Leveling in retail WoW has become so convenient that you don't even need a UI, which is an insane thing to say, because all these mobs just die in one hit, all the way up to level cap. And it's kind of weird that they don't just make you start at max level. I mean, there's zero challenge. It's understandable for new players who've never played the game to, get acclimated to their skills, but there's zero challenge. The only challenges you have now are these self-imposed ones you see popping up on YouTube. Probably only my algorithm. But anyway, let's get back to it. I'm going to try and look at non-questing related things. So over here, there's a Stormwind Registrar. I mean, to be honest, if they're not giving me a quest or like a vendor of some sort, I'm not going to be even close to interacting with them. There's a Hunter Trainer over there. She has pets. I'm going to take a spin into the Abbey. There's an actual interactable book here. I walked around and I couldn't find any other. The book talks about Arthas, Sylvanas, Illidan, Kel'Thuzad. It's like they somehow summarize all of WoW into one Microsoft Word page. So there's a priest trainer, warrior trainer, and also a monk trainer, and he's very out of place. He's a panda. So I'm going to continue questing now. Millie Osworth's Vineyard Burned Down, which is a continuation on her quest in Classic. In Classic WoW, I'm kind of questioning whether or not this was the right choice to do this on retail, because the writing for Cataclysm, where I'm at right now, is just kind of over the top, for lack of better words. It's like just full of memes, and the memes are now outdated, and it's like blatant. It's like right in your face. So comment below if you might want me to pivot, like hard pivot into Classic WoW. So I'm doing a little bit of spot checking here. The horse does not have a distinct name, so that's good. The graves are not targetable, because I don't want to get stuck on a question that's like, who was buried in plot 3A? So I'm just trying to cover all my bases. I'm taking this seriously. You don't understand how seriously I'm taking this. So these, I'm gonna guess, are the last quests. You kill orcs, and then you kill the leader of these orcs, who is Kurtok the Slayer. And now that's it. I'm being sent to Goldshire, which is in Elwyn Forest, the next zone. Marshall McBride gave me a readable scroll. I'm just gonna peruse through this in the most literal sense. I'm gonna take my time reading it. So there's no kobolds here anymore, because the orcs killed them all, or maybe recruited them. I don't know. The last page says I'm now deputized. I'm now the deputy in the Stormwind army, which I'm gonna guess is the lowest ranking in Warcraft lore. I'm just gonna do one last lap before starting this test. And it's not like all these quests took a lot of time. I'm not losing that much, but okay. So the mines where the kobolds used to be has a no entry sign with claw marks. Not sure what they were implying with this. Maybe it's cut content. Okay, to explain why it's suddenly nighttime, I ran into some problems with the quiz add-on, but now it's fixed. Don't worry, it's fixed. So as soon as I exit Northshire, it should prompt me with the test. And as a reminder, once again, if I score under 75%, I gotta delete the character and donate to the IRS. So here we go. I'll RP walk like an idiot. Okay, question 1. Who was the first quest giver? It's McBride. Marshall McBride. Easy. This is easy. The first quest has you protecting Northshire from what? Trick question. I've been paying attention, so it's wargs. It would have you think it was wolves, but that was in Classic WoW. I think I already said this. What are 2 things goblins love the most? Time and money. It's money and themselves. Which light spell was used on injured soldiers? Okay, Healing Touch, that's a druid spell. Wave of Hands is way too long. It's way too big of a spell to just cast on injured soldier. So it's either Flash of Light or Holy Light? Okay, I got that one wrong. Very long sound effect. How many readable books are in the Abbey? 0, 1, 2, 3. I read one book. It was about Arthas Illidan, Sylvanas. It's one of the bigger questions is, would Blizzard make a giant abbey with multiple bookcases and, books laying around, and would they only have one of them be interactable? It's not 0. I clicked on 1, so that's out. Okay, I'm just gonna say 1. That's all I saw. Well, really? Or is it really just 1? It's kind of. I bet there was more books, and they just took them all out from Classic. What was the name of the readable book in the Abbey? It's not Following the Light. It was about Arthas, but it wasn't entirely about Arthas, if that makes sense. Like, his name was there, but it wasn't about him. It's kind of just general what was happening. So it's either Call to Arms or Civil War in the Plaguelands. And I kind of remembered the title being long. Okay, so it was that. Okay. True or false, were there any peasants in Northshire Valley? Were there? Is this trying to be, tricky? Because in Durotar, the orc starting zone, they have peons, and one of the quests is you have to wake them up and tell them to go back to work. I didn't see any peasants. Okay, I guess there were peasants somewhere. I got it wrong. Were there any other Alliance races besides humans? There's a panda. True. Alright. Which is not a name of the hunter-trainer pet. That is not grammatically correct. It's asking which one isn't their pet. I saw the hunter. I didn't know their pets were targetable. Because they were small. They weren't like big pets. They were small. They look like vanity pets. Is that what they're still called? Minions? I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they're called anymore. I'm gonna kind of just eeny meeny miny mo this. Okay, I don't even know what I clicked on. What was the name of the Northshire mine that was decommissioned? So I walked through that place. I took a picture in front of the mine with the claw marks. Nothing said what it was. There was no, now entering X so-and-so mine. It was probably on the map. And I didn't look at the map because I wasn't using the UI. Okay, so process of elimination here. I've never heard of Wellspring. Wellspring is making me think like it'd be filled with water. There's no water around here. Echo Ridge, I believe, is in Red Ridge, one of the upcoming zones, one of the upcoming human zones. So it's either Fargo Deep, which rings a bell, or Jasper Lode, which does not ring a bell. So I'm going with Fargo Deep.
You were a fool
So it's, I guess it was Jasper Lode. Who drove off the kobolds in Northshire? So these are gonna be easier because I just kind of just did them. These are the last quests I did. It's orcs. I don't know what they did with them. I believe they just killed them. Who is leading the invasion of Blackrock orcs in Northshire? Skullcrusher, Kurtok the Slayer, Gorfax, Angerfag, Irock, Kurtok. It's Kurtok. Okay, it's coming back. It's Kurtok. It's 100. Yeah, okay. What Stormwind army? Shouldn't it be which Stormwind army status does Marshal McBride award you? Hero, Sergeant, Deputy, or Private? It's okay. So it's not Hero. Private and Sergeant are just PvP titles. That wouldn't make any sense. So it's Deputy. I know it's Deputy. Wow. I legitimately just passed. Insane. Okay, so I unlocked Elwyn. Now the scary thing to me is that Elwyn here is like 5 times the size of Northshire. Maybe not that big, but it's there's a lot more going on. I'm gonna end the episode here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see the next episode. I'm gonna try and do Elwyn.